Static fills the screen, an image of trees only barely visible through the scrambled mess. Whoever was using the camera at the time seems to have been filming the local wildlife, as there are brief glimpses of birds and squirrels among the noise. A moment of discoloration stands out among the distorted images, as the motion behind the static stops for a moment. Soon, the scene changes. This selection of film is degraded nearly as bad as the first, but the view never changes. Hours of film record the same scene. A blue-coated earth pony mare sitting on a front porch of a cabin in the forest. She rarely moves from her position, keeping a constant visual on the clearing around the cabin, and occasionally snapping her head from one side or the other, as if in reaction to a noise, though the recording reveals nothing but the occasional birdsong. A brief distortion appears near the mare, similar to what preceded the previous cut in the film. The mare gets up from her seat and approaches the camera before, once again, the scene ends. The blue-coated mare is sitting in a corner in an empty room. As the static clears, it reveals a boarded-up window to one side. The mare rubs her eyes, now visible as bloodshot and baggy, and addresses the camera.
It's been a week I've been trapped here. A week since I've seen the sun, or talked to any pony, or slept, or...
She sniffs and runs a hoof through her gray mane, staring off to one side for a minute, before vigorously shaking her head and continuing.
Okay, sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just so tired. Let me start over. My name is Screwloose, and I don't think I'm going to leave this room alive.
She laughs once, then sniffs again.
I know I sound melodramatic, but it's true. You'd think I'd be lying here crying or screaming or something, but it's just all so unreal. And it started with that.
She points a hoof in the direction of the camera.
A birthday gift from my sister. I'll never get to thank her for it, but then maybe it's nothing to be thankful for, considering where I am now. Dropping by the party and then 2 weeks out of town. Great timing, shoe shine. But it means you're not stuck here with me, so I guess that worked out for the best. It was a great party, too. I really do wish I'd thank Pinky for it. She called it a, birth and you got better day party.
She starts and leaps to all 4 hooves, watching intently towards the far side of the room. She remains that way for a few minutes before relaxing, and dropping back to the seated position again. She takes a deep breath.
Sorry, I'm rambling. I do that when I'm tired. Look, there are these things out there. Predators. They hide everywhere, in the shadows and around corners, behind you in the corner of your eye, always just out of sight. And most ponies never see them. But I did. I know about them. They know I do, and now they're coming for me, and now...
She trails off, glancing to one side again.
Now you know. I'm so sorry, but I had to do this. Some pony had to know what happened to me. Maybe if more know about them, maybe we can do something. Maybe if we can prepare, they can't hurt us anymore, won't feed anymore. I hope so, or else I've just condemned another pony, but just...
She sniffs again, rubbing at her eyes. Some time passes before she recovers her composure and continues. The only sounds during the brief interlude are faint scratches, too faint to tell if they were captured at the time or merely a product of the damaged recording.
Just let me tell you the whole story, okay? I know it's not as important as getting the word out, but maybe it'll be easier for me to take if other ponies know how it happened. Like I said, I got the camera at a party. It was such a great party, and it helps knowing that the last any pony ever saw of me will have been such a happy day. But the camera, I was like a fool with a new toy, recording everything on my way home. You probably saw those parts already.
She suddenly gets to her hooves again, spinning to face the opposite side of the room from the one she'd addressed before. Her eyes are wide and her muscles taut, reacting on instinct as any pony would and preparing to flee.
You're not getting in that way, you monsters. I took care of that already.
Once more, She relaxes slightly after a moment, but this time she doesn't sit back down. She just shivers and turns back to the camera.
Sorry, running out of time. I keep forgetting, just too tired to keep track. But it started there. Just a little funny color or shape or something right there in the corner of my eye. Something didn't look quite right, and then it was gone. But I knew I saw something because I felt it, felt them. That's when they started watching me, and I could feel them there. I know what it feels like. Every pony does. That feeling of something with you when you're all alone, like some pony sitting behind you. The feeling that makes us turn on the lights in the next room because we're afraid of what might be in the shadows there. We all know it because we've all felt it, because they're everywhere. They're everywhere, and once you notice, you know that they're watching you.
She begins pacing in front of the camera, her pace erratic and driven by her ever more rapid speech.
And now that I knew, more of them came. I kept feeling that little chill across my withers, that little bit of pressure behind my neck that said I was not alone. Noises in the night like hoofsteps and snakes and whispers. I knew something was out there, and I knew I had to find out what. So I got my camera back out and set it up outside, and then I waited. I waited and waited, and I kept feeling them watching me, but they never came close. I was out there for hours, and they never got close until the very end, like they were taunting me. Maybe that's what they do. Maybe they just want us afraid first before they come. But eventually one came closer. I know because I felt it there. I could feel it so close, but when I turned it was gone. And that's when I knew I had one. I went, got the camera and rewound it, and started going through the frames. And then I saw it, and now there are so many, and I wish I never had this fucking camera!
She spins and slams a hoof into the side of the camera. The picture is lost briefly, but soon returns to find her lying on the floor, split by a hairline fracture across the lens. Her flank and tail are visible, as well as one hind leg, but her face is off screen. Minutes pass, occupied only by the scratching sound and her sobbing, and interrupted at times by a choking cough. A loud crack interrupts her.
No, yes. You can't come in. I wasn't done with my story yet.
She pulls herself upright and rights the camera as well, slumping back against the corner as she wipes her eyes dry again. A fracture on the lens splitting her image into almost perfect halves.
Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. This is the only way I can let any pony know now. But I won't try to describe the thing. I can't. I guess I don't have to because I didn't record over that part. They really started to target me after that. I haven't slept since then. I'm not sure I could have anyway, after seeing it clearly like that. But then I couldn't let myself sleep. I can't let myself sleep. If I let my guard down, that's when they'll come. Now that I'm alone, there's no pony to see. I boarded up everything, blocked myself in, with whatever I could find. I've been watching for them for I don't know, days, maybe. I haven't seen the sun. I haven't eaten. I haven't slept. Just watching for them.
She yawns, then shivers again, and begins rubbing a hoof across the opposite foreleg. She twitches at a loud knock.
They have me where they want me. They're going to come soon. I can feel it. But I'm alone, and there's no pony to look out for me. Nothing to stop them but boards, and they're going to get through those. I was never going to keep them out. I was so stupid to even try to escape this way. I should have gone back to Ponyville, been around every pony else so they'd be seen. But I'd have been alone walking back. Maybe they'd have gotten me then.
Another loud knock. She slumps further down the wall and curls up slightly.
Never be alone. When you're alone, they know you're an easy target. That's why you feel them when you're alone. Because you're not alone. You're never alone. Alone is when they size you up. They're there, watching, waiting in the corner of your eye, just waiting for you to be alone and let your guard down.
She yawns and rubs her eyes again.
Sorry, running out of things to say. Just don't let them catch you. Watch for them. Watch the corners of your eyes, and never be.
She slips further down once more, her head dropping onto her chest, as sleep finally takes her. The only sign she's still aware at all is another twitch at the third loud knock. This one accompanied by another crack, and a scraping noise. The camera falls over again, the picture remaining on Screwloose until it hits the floor, and with a burst of static goes black. The recording ends.
I've reviewed the recording, Miss Snowheart, and while the contents were disconcerting to say the least, we must consider Screwloose's history. While it is unusual for a video recording to experience degradation of this extent without magical influence, it's not outside the realm of possibility that the blow and 2 drops the camera suffered caused the distortions. In the absence of any further evidence of the creature Screwloose claimed were hunting her, we have to press forward with the assumption that her disappearance has a more mundane explanation. Let's just hope she doesn't hurt herself before we find her. Twilight Sparkle.